When you're a fan of a winning sports team, the world truly feels like your oyster. Every single fan, no matter where they are in the world, willingly straps up for the ensuing roller coaster ride that will either lead them to tears of joy or of true sadness. One fan who experienced this sadness was a 10-year-old boy named Jayson on June 17, 2008. Jayson is glued to his television. He's a massive Los Angeles Lakers fan. He adores Kobe Bryant and despises anything green. Jayson's Lakers are looking to keep their season alive as they're down 3-2 against the high-powered, retooled Boston Celtics. The Celtics absolutely demolished their hated foes in a 39-point rout. Jayson takes no pleasure in this. Just like any other fan, seeing his favorite team's greatest rival celebrate a championship makes him hate them more than he already did. When asked what he wanted to be in elementary school, the answer was simple. A basketball player, of course. Little did this St. Louis youngster know that he'd one day be playing in that exact same arena, on the verge of accomplishing something that no one, not even Boston fans, had ever seen before. It's Mother's Day in Boston, and there are a lot of things to do around the city with your mom. You can be a part of the Duckling Day Parade, you can enjoy a picnic at the Boston Arboretum, or even enjoy a relaxing harbor cruise and soak in some soothing jazz. Or you can be here.
You never know what's going to happen in the Game 7.
This is the voice of Jesse Almeida, a Boston native and lifelong Celtics fan who I had the pleasure of speaking to. And on this day, at this time, he is in this arena for Game 7 of a second-round series between his beloved Celtics and the vaunted Philadelphia 76ers. Jesse has been a loyal fan since day one, so when he walked through the Garden doors, he already could read the room like it was his own.
So the energy going to the game was tense, because in a Game 7, anything can happen. If they lost in that second round in Game 7, it would have been a huge failure of a season.
Bostonians are used to this, a Sunday matinee with everything on the line. Okay, roll the tape. We fast forward to the fourth quarter. The score doesn't matter right now. What matters is who has the ball. Can you tell who that is? Yep, that's him. It's our good friend Jayson. His dream has become a reality. Since he was drafted by the Celtics in 2017, Jayson has averaged nearly 23 points and 7 rebounds per game. His awe-inspiring play led him to being voted as an NBA All-Star 4 times. Who would have thought? Not only did a kid from St. Louis make it to the NBA, he's playing for the team he once despised. And now, this 25-year-old is carrying the aspirations of Boston fans squarely on his shoulders. The shot he is about to take means so much more than just a right side corner 3. To understand what's at stake in this moment, we need to go back in time. There are teams that hate each other. The Celtics and the 76ers hate each other. Spanning since 1953, Boston and Philadelphia have clashed 115 times in the NBA playoffs. This also includes when the Philadelphia 76ers were the Syracuse Nationals. To add even more fuel to the fire, Boston's first ever Game 7 loss in franchise history was at the hands of the 76ers in the 1977 Eastern Semifinals. Many people believe the series should have ended here, on the south side of Philadelphia. The 76ers are up 3-2 after a dominant Game 5 performance in Beantown. MVP Joel Embiid and his 76ers can smell the aroma of the franchise's first conference finals appearance since the days of Allen Iverson, a legend. There was a different hero in Philadelphia on this night, though. Instead of a cape and boots, he wore a white tank top and black sneakers. With just over 4 minutes left, the Celtics are down 2 and have the ball. From there, it's Tatum time. After missing his first 6 attempts from beyond the perimeter for 44 minutes, Tatum ices 4 of his next 5 threes to send Philly fans home. Just like that, it's over. No celebrating in the city of brotherly love tonight. Jesse knew that Game 7 was on the horizon and made his plans on the spot. What was the first thought in your mind when you knew that there was going to be a Game 7?
I gotta go.
And back to Boston we go.
Normally, fans might go to a nearby watering hole, in this case to drown their sorrows, but judging from the way the crowds here have thinned out very quickly, the disgusted faithful have apparently skipped that step tonight.
Boston sports fans are notorious for being one of the most critical people not just in sports, but in general. This is no different for native New Englanders when they cheer on their Celtics. And if those Celtics lose a pivotal Game 5 on their home court, they know they're in for it. They can't hide from it.
We live sports 24/7 over here. I mean, other than our families and work, we live and die sports. That's just how it is at the end of the day over here.
Jaylen Brown has been listening to all of this. Jaylen is also an avid sports fan. A native of Atlanta, Brown's fandom for his beloved Braves is evident when he enters any NBA arena. Brown gets it. He understands the life of a fan. But after a critical road win in the city of brotherly love, he flips the script.
Celtics fans, y'all love to call us out, right? So I'm gonna call you guys out this time. Like, energy in the Garden has been okay at best. You're in your home, if you're watching at a bar, if you're watching down the street at a friend's house, I don't care. I need you to be up. I need you to come with the energy, because we're gonna need every bit of it.
It's on. Jayson is not a stranger to Game 7. Our hero is already playing his 6th Game 7. Of the previous 5, he's only lost 1. With everything on the line and his mother sitting courtside, Jayson knows he must give his all. At one point in time, Jayson was just a kid who loved his local pizza joint. Now, the eyes of the basketball universe are on him. On the very first play of the game, Tatum gets the crowd going with a 2-hand jam to set the tone. He finishes at the rim a few more times before drilling a couple perimeter jumpers, including this electric slide slinger to end the half. Little does our hero know, his play is captivating people from the other side of the world too. Right now, I am across the ocean for the first time in my life. I'm studying abroad here in Toledo to finish my Spanish minor. I remember the day exactly. At 9:30 p.m. local time, my eyes are locked on my computer. I have to keep watching this game. This is the last game before both the NBA's conference final series will begin. Per tradition, each conference final game starts at 8:30 or 9 p.m. Eastern. That means I'd have to stay up at 3 in the morning. And with my first class in Spain starting at 8:30 a.m., this is an impossible task. This means that today's game, or in this case for me, tonight's game, is the last game I'll be able to watch in full for the next 5 months. This means everything to me. The Celtics are up by 2 in the opening stages of the third quarter when they give the ball back to their franchise man. He blazes past Joel Embiid for the easy layup before taking him to school on the perimeter. Again. It opens up a 7-point advantage, and Philadelphia head coach Doc Rivers is forced to take a timeout to try and put out Tatum's spark. Little did he and his team know, that spark would turn into a flame. With nothing but the parquet pastures in front of him, he takes his chances. And what else would you expect?
It just seemed like something just absolutely clicked with him in his head in the third quarter there. And my buddy was starting to text me because he was watching the game at home, and he sent me a text saying Tatum is letting the 76ers know who their father is, even though it's Mother's Day.
This time it's D'Anthony Melton who is at the mercy of our hero. And it's the exact same story. How about we go to the other side of the floor? Tatum's long arms of the law snatch any hope for the 76ers on offense. He takes his lunch pail and goes to work on offense once again, with a couple of layups before we get to where we are now. We're here. Our hero has the ball in his hands, one shot from history. The MVP defending him again. No one has left TD Garden, including Jesse. In fact, let's take a look at Jesse's angle of this play to get the ultimate experience of this moment. A moment unlike any other.
For 50, bang! 50-pointer! He gets a 50! He gets a 50! 61 for Tatum!
He did it. Our hero did it. He scored the most points in a Game 7 ever. That little boy who used to sit in front of the TV. That little boy who idolized Kobe Bryant. That little boy from St. Louis. He did it on Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, especially my mom.
Keep in mind, that's one of the first things Jayson Tatum says after the final buzzer sounds. Something that Jesse truly appreciates.
He's just a down-to-earth guy. He's all about the fans. He's all about the city of Boston. You can just feel it coming off him in his presence. And that's what I love about these players is not only the fact how they perform on the court, and it's just what they do off the court too. That's something that's really important to me. And that fact that Jayson Tatum doesn't take it for granted. Jayson Tatum definitely knows where he came from in this league with the fans, and I absolutely love that about him.
Jaylen Brown, who challenged fans like Jesse to bring the energy, is just as satisfied.
Way to respond. The energy in the building was through the roof. It was amazing. Everybody that was in the building, and anybody that was, cheering for the Celtics, I feel like we could feel that energy tonight.
Just like Jaylen and Jesse, I went to bed a happy fan that night. There might not be a more satisfied Celtic than head coach Joe Mazzulla. And you know your coach is happy when he's saying this.
I'm going to go home and have a glass of wine.
Kind of wine.
Italian red.